Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
India's logistics sector has largely been a conventionally run industry dominated by a large number of small players and inefficient operations. But all of this is changing, with most industries and logistics providers adopting digital technologies to reinvent their supply chain. Technologies like the RFID, FASTag, Internet of Things, all of this is playing a key role in this transformation. Hello and welcome to the brand new Leaders in Logistics series exclusively on CNBC-TV18. This is a documentary series that will feature leading logistics players in the country. In our second episode, we're featuring Mumbai-based startup Elixia Tech that offers comprehensive software solutions for transportation, logistics and supply chain management across the industries. So let's take a look at how they are helping businesses take care of their inefficiencies and become more cost efficient with the support of the data and automated solutions provided by Elixia Tech.
The logistics industry in India is currently highly fragmented and unorganized. Some common problems faced by supply chain executives are delayed deliveries, unauthorized stoppages, route violations, suboptimal vehicle utilization, temperature conflicts leading to significant product losses, etc. In India, over 60% of goods are transported by road, which is far higher than some other regions like the US, where the share of road transport is only 37%. Also, logistics in India is highly unstructured and costs 13 to 14% of India's GDP, while in the US, it is only 8%. Apart from this, the adoption of technology in the sector is quite different in both the countries.
I started this company in 2011. I was in US. I started working in a small company focusing on logistics. Soon after which, I started understanding the logistics market in US, did a lot of AI and ML there, trying to understand trips, customer behavior, driver behavior, and a lot of things that has got to do with supply chain. After which, I started understanding unstructured logistics industry here in India. And then I was like, boss, we need to do something. That made me fly back and start Elixia.
These days, the supply chains are very, very complex. At the same time, ever changing. So technology plays a very key role in powering any supply chain in India these days.
The technology in the sector is now evolving rapidly, with a focus on machine learning to convert existing data into business intelligence. This is giving Elixia Tech a competitive advantage, as this helps in demand forecasting, predicting trends, and evaluating performance. Over the last few years, Elixia Tech has evolved to the level where today they deploy softbots using artificial intelligence and machine learning.
So if we consider artificial intelligence, the first thing we need is data. Without data, we won't be able to do anything building intelligence. So to collect data, the best means by which we can collect data in logistic industry is by installing GPS devices. So we started doing this in 2011, and for almost 4 to 5 years, we were the ones who actually installed like thousands of devices all across the country, so that there is a lot of data, and that is how the Elixia Speed as a product got started.
The lack of transparency and coordination among stakeholders of the supply chain not only impacts efficiency, but also leads to higher indirect costs, which approximately amounts to 40% of the total logistics cost in India. Whereas for developed countries, this contribution is less than 10%.
So the biggest problem that companies face with regard to logistics in India is the cost involved in the entire logistics operations and the manual effort involved in making everything happen. Both of these things are very high, the cost as well as the manual effort. Also, the visibility across the entire process of supply chain is very low. So these are the three major pain points I feel across the sector. Especially for companies dealing with perishable goods or temperature sensitive products, loss of product due to logistics inefficiencies is a very big pain, which causes them lots of losses in terms of their revenue.
Elixia Tech works closely with such businesses to create unique and relevant solutions. Headquartered out of Mumbai, they have a pan-India business and operational presence.
Majority of our customers were from Western India, and then we slowly spread our wings operationally in all 29 states of the country.
Elixia Tech has grown at a rapid pace since its inception in 2011. Apart from the large number of clients that they cater to across industries, they have also earned recognition, plaudits, and won a lot of awards for their excellence over the years.
If you look at FMCG, we serve big brands like Mondelez, Nestle, Ferrero, Natural Ice Cream, Hokey Pokey, Monginis, etc. In food and beverage, we serve customers like Licious, like Eat Fit. For pharmaceuticals and healthcare, we have customers like Sanofi, PharmEasy, Perkin-Elmer. In logistics service providers, we work with the who's who of the industry like APM Terminals, Maersk, Radhakrishna Foodland, Delex, Transworld, BDP International, and so many more. Because we are not catering to a specific industry, we have customers like Mahindra Finance or UPL who are into chemicals, or the Times Group which is into media services.
The biggest challenge faced by the logistics and supply chain industry today is poor integration of transport networks, information technology, and warehouse and distribution facilities. After successful implementation of their GPS telematics product, the team at Elixia Tech interacted with industry experts to understand their day-to-day problems to come up with relevant technological solutions. They started conceptualizing their control tower and got it validated by some of the biggest logistics tech experts in India and globally, while simultaneously testing its impact on ground with their customers.
While interacting with a lot of supply chain heads, they're the ones who actually helped us conceptualize, shape the actual solution as a whole. More importantly, during my stint at Zaragoza Logistics Center in Spain, it was MIT professors who helped me shape the product, bring in a lot of intelligence. They helped me understand how can I shape this solution to make it a global solution rather than just focusing on India.
The team at Elixia Tech further deep dived into the supply chain processes by interacting with various stakeholders across levels in order to come up with a solid, robust end-to-end solution.
After talking to a lot of industry experts, we realized that logistics and freight management is no more a cost center, but it is actually treated as a source of competitive advantage. What we have realized is that our customers make promises to their customers, and we help them deliver those promises. Our entire supply chain control tower is broken down into 3 stages, and that I believe is all that logistics is all about. One is pre-transit, second is in-transit, and third is post-transit.
The first step to the supply chain process, which involves a lot of planning once the shipment is ready to be transported, has been fully optimized both in terms of cost and efficiency by Elixia Tech's solution.
Pre-transit is all about planning for deliveries. Once the finished product is ready for dispatch, the next obvious step is planning for deliveries, building the trucks, and planning the routes so as to minimize the overall cost of logistics. With the help of the optimization algorithms that we have designed for both full truckloads and part truckloads, our system builds the trucks for you and also plans the dispatches on a daily basis, ensuring that your overall cost of logistics is minimized.
So UPL is into the business of manufacturing crop protection products. UPL also offers solutions to farmers to improve farm yield coupled with product innovation and cost-effective products. So export forms a major portion of our business in India. And by the virtue of having multiple plant locations in India, it also added up to the complexities in the daily operations, which involved a lot of follow-up with vendors, no availability of real-time data for taking informed decisions, no data available for assessing vendor performances and other issues.
So working with Elixia team, our experience has been very fantastic. Some of the key benefits are availability of real-time, unbiased data to take informed decisions, real-time vendor performance through analytics, drastic reduction in manpower involved in non-value-added activities like vehicle assignment and follow-ups, And the best part about the product is it is scalable and it can meet our business requirement for next 3 to 5 years as it is completely automatic.
It's time now for a short break, but on the other side, we'll get a look at how Elixia Tech's control tower helps supply chain heads improve visibility in their supply chain to save costs. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching Leaders in Logistics. This is exclusive on CNBC-TV18. In this segment, we shall take a look at the real-time solutions developed by Elixia Tech to cater to the vital needs of supply chain managers. So let's get right into it.
Once the planning and allocation process has been completed, the next step in the supply chain process is the actual transit. And this is where a supply chain manager needs visibility.
So our in-transit module essentially deals with tracking the shipments during transit. You get alerts on your handheld devices and get notified about only those shipments which are not going to be delivered on time, or if the right conditions are not maintained during their trips, so that you can take necessary actions before the damage happens.
Monginis is spread over all over Mumbai, and we are delivering nearly more than 200 shops per day. Before Elixia, the difficult part was that the previous vendor, the total software was not in good condition, and so then we approached Elixia. They made a new software for us, and which by to locate our vehicle for our delivery purpose or communication purpose, it was on one click only. So they made very simple and very smooth system for us.
People in the cold chain industry need to ensure that right temperature is maintained at all times, before, during and after transit, to avoid change in composition, as well as loss of temperature of sensitive products. Elixia Tech identified this gap and developed real-time monitoring solutions to solve this problem.
If you consider in-transit modules, we install GPS devices along with temperature sensors. And by temperature sensors, what we mean is we capture real-time temperature of the refrigerated vehicles and cold rooms. So we have already installed the thousands of devices in the reefer vehicles and hundreds of cold rooms as well. And we immediately send alerts in the form of email and SMS and even telephonic in some cases in case of temperature conflict. And we also send temperature compliance reports to customers, thereby helping us measure compliance for trips.
We are a manufacturer of premium packaged ice in India, edible food grade packaged ice. And we basically supply ice all over Bombay. Our biggest issue is maintaining the cold temperature, the cold chain.
Elixia has helped us in terms of getting monetize proper monitoring reports and able to control the distribution at an even pace. We are sharing the live information to the customer as to the ETA of the delivery. So that really has a massive effect.
So PharmEasy is India's largest online healthcare aggregator. We offer affordable healthcare services to around 2 million plus customers pan-India at their doorstep. So at PharmEasy, product quality and safety are of paramount importance to us. So we were on a lookout for a robust, reliable solution which keeps us up to speed with respect to temperature compliances and help us take proactive measures in case of any exceptions. So that is when Elixia Tech came into picture. So in a very short span of time, we have started using their services across all our major warehouses pan-India. And it is safe to say that it has been a significant value add for us with all the aspects.
The supply chain does not end when the product reaches its delivery location, because it is followed by proof of delivery, raising invoices, payment settlements, and a lot more, which also takes up a significant amount of time of a supply chain executive. Elixia has come up with an efficient tool to reduce and optimize this entire process and thus improve a company's overall cash flows. This is how Elixia Tech is providing an intelligent, end-to-end solution for logistics and supply chain automation to its clients in a cost-effective way and adding tremendous value to its customers.
time now for another short break, but coming up on the other side, the expansion of Elixia Tech's operations beyond India and its future plans. All of that in just a bit. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Leaders in Logistics on CNBC-TV18. Now we shall look at Elixia Tech's expansion and the plans that it has for the future. Let's take a look now.
Logistics and supply chain needs attention globally, even in developed economies. And so, Elixia Tech knew that their products can't be limited to the geographical boundaries. After having captured the Indian market, Elixia Tech has already started to establish its presence in other parts of the globe.
More importantly, we also have a few customers beyond India as well, and in the near future, maybe in 2 to 3 years from now, it will be the Southeast Asia as well as the Middle East, which will be targeting and capturing.
Most of our customers are multinational conglomerates. When they started using our solution in India, they saw what value we were bringing to the table. And when we could add so much value to their operations in an unstructured market like India, it was just fair that we would do the same thing across other markets which are more organized compared to India. So with that thought in mind, they started using our solutions in their operations. So that itself validates our belief that our solutions are not restricted and we can easily scale across geographies and across industries.
In Egypt, our factories expansion, geographical expansion is very, very big. And so to locate a long distance vehicles or a van, and to communicate, to locate the vehicles and to communicate our instructions to them, it was very important. So when we used our Elixia software in Mumbai, we thought that this is very good software to use it for long distance traveling and all. That's why we started in Egypt also. And they are using more than 100 vehicles over there.
Transworld Group of Companies is a 43 years old company. It's a logistics company. We are into sea logistics and surface logistics. We have offices in India, Middle East, Southeast Asia, and US. We have been using their platform for our India business as well as Middle East business. So our vehicles are being tracked using their solutions, and they have a platform which gives you online tracking of all the vehicles, and the platforms throws a lot of information which is proactive and which is being used by us. The best part of the solution is scalable, and this solution can be used across the world and with the single platform. So that is something best about it.
Lumis Partners, a Gurugram-based equity firm, launched an acceleration program for supply chain startups last year called Supply Chain Labs. Elixia Tech was one of the select few startups to be chosen.
Supply Chain Labs is a program launched to power the growth journey of early stage supply chain startups in India. We ran a full application program where we got close to 600 plus applications. We only selected 9 companies. Elixia Tech is one of them, and we are very proud to be working very closely with Elixia Tech.
The Government of India has declared many schemes and initiatives for the betterment of the logistics sector in the country. With everything falling into place, there's nothing that can stop the growth of Indian logistics industry. And technology providers like Elixia Tech are bound to play a massive role in this growth.
The Finance Minister actually announced a national logistics policy which has certain initiatives, very core initiatives being driven over the next few years. Similarly, regulatory changes like GST and e-way bill have fundamentally changed how the supply chain is in India was organized. So once again, technology plays a very key role in terms of empowering this supply chain sector.
AI is the future. If you consider Elixia, supply chain control tower is already powered by AI. Technology is growing at a pretty decent rate. The adoption is also growing as well. The companies are adopting technology in the next 3 years or 5 years from now. I believe that this rate will exponentially grow, and Indian logistics will definitely boom thereby reducing the operational and cost slippages for these countries, and it will be number one very shortly.
Elixia Tech and its team of Elixias are on a rapid growth trajectory and are all set to undisrupt the logistics and supply chain industry with their revolutionary vision and products.
Well, that was the story of Elixia Tech, who act as technology enablers for the logistics and supply chain industry. We'll be back with another exciting story of another company that is revolutionizing the logistics industry next week. So stay tuned for that. Till then, it is goodbye from me and the team. Until next time. Thank you for watching.